We're going to try to read the book The Adventures of Gary and Harry, A Tale of Two Turtles. Story by Lisa Matsumoto and illustrations by Michael Ferreira. Deep in the sparkling sea, Gary the green sea turtle and his best friend, Harry the hawksbill turtle, played in their ocean home. Each day they would swim to the surface and happily dive beneath the waves. Gary and Harry loved their carefree life in the sea and liked to visit their many ocean friends, like Olivia the octopus, Lori the lobster, and even Herman, the grumpy old hermit crab, who was really nothing but a big softy under his crusty old shell. For Gary and Harry, each day was a great underwater adventure. Some days they would explore deep into dark underwater caverns. Other days they would search for long-lost treasures buried deep in the hulls of old sunken ships. Look what they found. Wow. When they wanted a good laugh, they would visit the crazy clownfishes who performed in Harold Harlequin's Shrimp's spectacular sea circus. There's the clownfish, and there's Harold Harlequin Shrimp. Looks like he's got a lot of people that are watching the show. One day, after their morning adventure, Gary and Harry were especially hungry. As always, it was difficult deciding what they would have for lunch since they had very different tastes in food. How about a salty seaweed salad made of fresh algae, Gary suggested. Algae? Blech, Harry replied, making a face. I'd rather have a nice, tasty jellyfish. So they eat different things. His wish had been answered, for suddenly a school of jellyfish floated by. Wow, look at all those jellyfish. Harry quickly swam to the largest one and swallowed it in one big gulp. Gary expected to hear a satisfied ah, but instead Harry responded with a terrified ah. Harry was gasping and choking. That was no jellyfish he had swallowed, it was a plastic bag. Harry knew many sea turtles had died from choking on plastic bags, but he never once thought it would happen to him. Harry desperately tried everything to remove the plastic bag, but it just wouldn't come out. His life flashed before him. Luckily, Gary had just completed his turtle safety class, and by using the Heimlich maneuver, the plastic bag flew right out of Harry's mouth. Whew! That was close, Harry said while catching his breath. How did a plastic bag get in the ocean anyway? How else, Gary answered. The humans. Well, they need to be more careful to keep their trash out of our homes, Harry said angrily. Gary couldn't agree with him more. Suddenly, Harry's stomach rumbled. All the excitement had worked up his appetite. Well, I'm starving, he told Gary. Let's get lunch. Just then, a beautiful jellyfish floated by. Look, Harry, just what you asked for. Lunch! Do you think he's going to eat it? I don't know. After what Harry had been through, though, suddenly jellyfish didn't seem very appealing. Maybe I'll try one of those salty seaweed salads. Gary's face lit up. Well, I know the perfect place to go, he said excitedly. And with a flick of their flippers, they quickly dove through the crystal blue water, eager to enjoy a nice, delicious, relaxing lunch. The end. Now, in our story today, Gary and Harry were friends, right? And friends are people that you like to spend time with and that like to spend time with you. So Gary and Harry enjoyed spending time together. They would go on adventures and they would hang out every day. So Harry and Gary like to do some things together, and they also treated each other really nice. They were very kind to one another. And Gary saved Harry when he swallowed a plastic bag. So, my question for you today is, how do you make friends with someone? What do you do when you're friends? What are some things that you can do or that you like to do with your friends? And how do we treat our friends? I can't wait to hear.